The start of our day in the life video, backpacking in the Pyrenees. Of course, we have to have the silent partner filling up the packing scotch, very important. Campground where we're gonna, or the parking lot where we'll be leaving the pepper. And over here, get a little shot of the dogs with their backpacks on. This is their first time with the backpack, so that's a good boy, Scrunch. Yeah. Riblet! Riblet! They're very interested in what's going on. So they're each carrying their dinner for 2 nights, and Alan and I are carrying the entire world, it feels like. But a little shot at the river coming down out there, and we're headed up into the mountains. Alright, we did our first 15 minutes up the incredibly steep and rocky path, but this is our first joyous moment as we cross this creek and head up back there into the hills. It's just a gorgeous day out today. It must be, I don't know, 75 maybe? 75? And we're hitting the road. Just a quick shot along the hiking trail so you can see what we're doing. It's so stunning. It's hard to keep moving. It's just beautiful. Wildflowers in the river and the trail up alongside. After about a mile of hiking, we come around the corner and are presented with yet another gorgeous valley. You can see there's some horse manure on the trail. There's a bunch of wild horses up here in this valley. And of course I'm breathing hard. The pack is heavy, folks. But look at that. It's so worth it. There's some happy dogs running free in this meadow. There goes Rue. And just for my brother Chris, if you're looking at this river and wondering why we're not fishing it, it's because it is not allowed to fish in this river, which is why we're heading up to the Etang de Comte, where I think that's just the name of a lake, where we actually can fish. But oh my god, look at that scenery. I do think, sadly, we have to climb that side of the hill there to get where we're going, but I'm sure it will be way more than worth it. One of the greatest things about backpacking for me is when you're put in a good climb and then you come to a rise and you come over the hill and you can anticipate what's just over the bend. I think we're about to reach the Etang de Comte. Roscoe usually picks up the pace when he can hear a lake that he can swim in, and indeed, you look over there, there's the lake. To watch where I'm going here. There we go. Woo! Yeah, that's pretty. A little cloud cover coming in. I think I can make out some fellow campers on the far shore over there, but I'm sure there's room for us. Oh, and horses. Wild horses there at the shoreline. We're going to have to get our dogs under control. We found our camping spot. Lomo is gathering some firewood because there's a fire pit, which we are so excited to see. Can't tell you, haven't had a campfire since maybe California. Dogs are busy eating their dinner. They had a good hike. Glad to have their backpacks off. And we'll set up the tent here momentarily and then go catch us some dinner. It's the view down from our campsite down towards the lake. Just to look at the horses down there. See if I can zoom. Do I know how to zoom? There we go. Oh, I lose focus for some reason when I zoom. Don't understand that. But anyway, there they are, including some babies. Alright, at the campsite we've got our tent set up. We're leaving the rain fly off tonight. It's not supposed to rain, so we'll see. We'll have a full view of the stars through our netting with the sound of the waterfall keeping us company. My dogs are taking off. Scan over here, and we've got our first campfire in like 8 months or something. And dogs running. There you go. Running back from their attack. But that's a fine looking fire. The view down to the lake. And tomorrow we're going to go up that valley over there. It's almost 8 o'clock at night and that valley's still in light, so that should be something to see tomorrow. Don't know if you can make out sunrise, and the horses have moved in again. So we're woken up by Rue growling at them, thankfully, because we really don't want them hanging out in our campground doing their horsey poo kind of stuff. Wow, there's a bunch of them though. And they keep coming. Day 2, we're now gearing up for our day hike up into the hills that direction. Up there, been up for a few hours, so of course the dogs are already tired. There's Scrunch. Rue's over there laying down after chasing the horses all day. Mom was preparing his day pack. And we're about to hit the road. Pause on our hike up the hill. There's our original Etang to Comte down below, and the river flowing out to the valley. Mom was recalibrating the Garmin by turning in a circle just right. It was one heck of a climb out of that valley. Steep, rocky, and wet. But we're getting there. Ooh, it's very windy, but just after our long hike and short break, we came around the corner and found our next lake. It's delightful. I think we're going to stop here for some lunch and some fishing. Peek up to the hills. Just wouldn't be a day in the life without filtering your water in a fresh mountain stream. I'm almost setting about to do that while we stop here for our lunch. Just a little quick look at the lake from the other side. Actually, I don't even think this is a lake. I think it's just a small body of water that we're going to fish anyway, because we need a break. After some successful fishing, I caught a little brookie, and I see Alan down here at the end of the lake just caught something as well. So 2 little brookies. Dogs and I are taking a little bit of a nap. It's just a delightful day out here. It must be 80, maybe a little higher. Nice fresh wind, and can't imagine being anywhere else. It's delightful. I'm hoping you can see far enough down there. We're headed back to our lake, and there's the wild, or the semi-wild horses, free-range horses, coming down from our campsite. So they were hanging out up at our campsite while we were off fishing, and they're headed down to get a drink at the shore. So we'll go and hope they didn't eat our tent. Well, back at camp, we discovered what the horses did do. They ripped into our tent. We don't know willfully, or did they just fall into it or something. We've stood it back up, but you can see there's some rips now on the side in our netting. Pulled out my clothes. And on the way down from the hike, we lost the dog leashes. So we're not staying another night. We're going to cook our fish and then head back to Salt and get another tent on order. Isn't that right, Lamo? The day after our day in the life hike out of from the Etang to Comte, this is the view from the bed. You can see we have two very tired dogs. Happy not to have their backpacks on. Probably not going to move for the rest of the day.